With that being said, a little bit of shtick. Total Chaos Inc. and Styler Star doing their subs and gifting subs. Thank you guys so much for your support. Didn't get to that earlier because I wanted to keep it, true to the show. But let's celebrate now by showing us your clades. Thank you much. All right. Let's see. I'm going to set up this giveaway. And then maybe we'll do a giveaway later on your stream too. All right. Let's see. Giveaway history. Giveaways. Come on. There it is. We've got 30 minutes. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. And I will figure out how to BRB. All right. I got it. I know you guys heard some audio. Sorry. But it'll be good. I'll be right back.
New recruits, on behalf of Concord, I would like to welcome you to the EVE Online's Academy. Great job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. The Star Cluster is filled with other Capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a Capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a Capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. It's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space. And there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place, and you start shaking because your adrenaline's pumping because you're going to lose your ship.
Let's go! Get the fucking launcher! Ranger fire! Soldiers, stand by!
Hundreds of worlds, billions of people. Our strength is our diversity. Our tolerance lends us unity. But cross us, and you will swiftly find the steel beneath the velvet. Above all, know this, my fellow citizens. Our Federation is the light of liberty, shining in the darkness.
All right. That about does it. I forgot to switch out. I needed to switch out my clients while I was doing that. All right, well, let's distract you with Wrecking Machine. Oh, Contempo Enterprise is coming in with his sub for 14 months. Holy crap. Thank you for that and your support. Let's celebrate by showing us your clades. Excuse me. All right. All right. New Eve client. Got to open up other Eve client. Let's get this going. There you go. Hey, EdenCom. I fully support posting EdenCom whenever I say, show me your clades. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show off before I got here. Or rather, before I left. The new visuals. Let's all tap. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it off because I don't have any of these yet. But these Galnet Stream skins apparently look better in the visuals. I think that the biggest thing about the visuals, the lighting effects, I didn't really show this off earlier, so maybe I should try to show it off better now. It really shines. The new lighting effect really shines. Hold on, let me bring back Discord first. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I'm back. Sorry. I was just showing off right before I closed down Sissy that the biggest advantage to the lighting effects is in shininess. Things that are reflective, you can really see the difference. So if you look here, like in the reflection, you can actually see the skybox very clearly in Singularity.
Connecting.
Alrighty. Let's see. And Abyss. There we go. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and see what's going on, or let's arrange my windows a little bit and be doing some faction warfare for a little bit, I think. At least checking out to see whether or not there's anything to do. There probably is. Fights to be had. We'll find out. There is... There we go. Oh. All right. Here we go. Goes there. There. Helps. This is correct. All right, no problem, Contempo. All right. Check to see if my ship is even correct. It is. And it's even named correct. I'm going to go to our Faction Warfare Aderon map and check the status there in order to get an idea of what's going on. I'll post that. So, looks like I should try to deplex Hadley's if I can. So that's the first thing I'm going to try to do. I'm going to join the fleet, if there is one. No. Is there a fleet up? Question mark. Weird. Yeah, exclamation point, plunder to receive your chance to win. Oh, crud, I didn't go over the thing. Here, I'll add this in as a bonus. I meant to talk about this. Shoot! I knew I missed something. The welcome, or the in-game advertisement issue. Ah, darn it, darn it, darn it. I meant to talk about it on the show. We'll talk about it now. Spoiler alert, my hot take is I get what they're going with the advertisement. Do I think that we should learn from it and make it better? Absolutely. But I think that how people react to it is, first of all, I think shows a lot of lack of understanding about the situation, but also reveals what's wrong with the actual advertisement. So, first of all, let's talk a little bit about why it happened at all. It happened because CCP believes very strongly now in what they call the magic moment, which is the idea that, you know, in conventional thinking. Wait, there's a Korak at the here. Let's just do this. In conventional thinking, if a person gets ganked by another player in the first month of their gameplay, that would piss them off and make them not want to play. But what has been kind of sussed out by CCP, at least what they believe now, is that players that don't get ganked by somebody, or at least have some sort of bad negative event occur to them relatively quickly in their EVE Online time, get bored and therefore quit without thinking that there's anything exciting. That gank, that death, is your first exposure to the community and how important it is. And so they've developed over time a lot of support to not only create that magic moment, but also provide support at that time. So one of the ones that was kind of famous a couple of years ago was that they changed their GMs to try to message people right after they died. It was jokingly reported as being grief counseling by the gaming media, but really it was just, you know, they wanted to make sure that the GMs message people, in particularly if they die. Or at least, like, maybe if they get killed, if they die in the first like 10 days, then that flags the GM to message them next, basically. So there's two primary complaints that I see about this box, this pop-up that I've heard, and probably pretty soon I'll see the pop-up, so we'll be able to show it then. The first thing is that it is a pop-up at all, and that's some people are complaining about, you know, whatever. Then the other thing is the idea that they feel like this is pay to win, or suggesting pay to win. all the way to the point where there was a lot of people that seemed to completely misunderstand it. And a lot of it has to do with the line at the very beginning. Roar Nation, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with Steve Online. At the very top, it says, get your ship back and get your revenge. And so this caused people to believe, especially given what happened in Echoes, that if you paid $5, you would literally get your ship back. Like it would trigger the reimbursement program through the GM. And a lot of people reacted as if that was true. My understanding is that is not true. So what it is that you get, it's a small Plex deal, basically. It's a $5 Plex pack that they offer you at the very beginning, the first time you die, in order to have enough money to get a ship again. And probably something a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. So that first problem isn't really a problem at all, right? It's not pay to win. It's not suggesting it is. It's not the final straw. It's not making magic ships or anything like that. That entire piece of it is not true at all. The problem with it is that the bullet point is in the same spot. Like, or the way it works is, hold on. Let me pull up the thing. So, no. Nope. Nope. Yeah. So in the ad, this is a terrible way of showing it, but whatever. In the ad, it says, recover your loss and get revenge on the top bullet point. And that's the problem, right? If it didn't say that, it wouldn't be a big problem. It does, so it's so people interpret it that way. So like, even if that was like at the top, like as part of this flavor text at the top, that's fine. That would be fine. But having it be in the bullets with the rest of the actual tangible items that you get is what makes people think it's weird. Even the come back stronger and better is fine because the other things kind of do it. It would also be nice if it came with like a standard cerebral accelerator, so that way they could actually come back stronger. But whatever. Just the fact that they mix together concepts with tangible goods is really problematic for the ad itself. That's point one. All right, let me disappear this again. But to the other point, the whole idea of like the pay to win or trying to pump somebody for money right as they have a loss, like honestly, like yeah, okay, fine, they pump my like it seems very logical to me for a free to play game to offer you a $5 pack when you lose. Like that's, man, I don't like what local's looking like. Why is the PCU so low now? That's an interesting question. There's a lot of pieces to that. I'll get to that in just a second. It should come up for Omega accounts. I think it's just going to come up the first time you die, regardless of when it happens now. But we'll see. Why aren't they coming in, man? Eric has yeah, it was badly presented, which brings me to the second point, which is that The real issue here is that, like, I get what they're trying to do, and putting that thing right there at at the magic moment time is a good idea because it gets them to like forward thinking. But I think that it would have been best if it wasn't a advertisement for a purchase first and foremost. I think it'd be cooler, way cooler, if it simply introduced the Eve Academy and the educational tools to get better, and as part of the Eve Academy have like a new package that is $5 that has these things, so that way when you're dying, what you're pointed to is the Eve Academy website, not a promotion, and then tie the promotion to the use of the Eve Academy website, especially if they're going to be like making a big deal about the Eve Academy, big enough of a deal to go make presentations about it at like some convention or whatever. I think that that would have been a lot better as an ultimate, like just to solve the actual problem, right? Because the thing is that, congratulations, you've detected when they lose their first ship. There's so much more that we can get done to help out that person and to retain that player than just offering them the Plex to get back involved. I do feel like giving them that offer is important. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like it should be part of a welcome to Eve. Now here's how you can, you know, get good. And again, then you can have those recovery packages be part of the Eve Academy, even. And you know, like there even is, like, if you go here, the Eve Academy was highlighted here. I guess it's not here anymore. Oh well. But for a little while they had the Eve Academy here. Putting in the work to rebuild is the drive that lets people say. Well, that's true, but the thing is that, like, a lot of people make the mistake of keeping all of their stuff in the top thing. So honestly, that first death is likely not going to be from another player. It's going to be that guy who upgraded their stuff and to, you know, like sold everything they had in order to buy the next tier of ship so he could run level 3 missions, and then got it lost. And now he's devastated. Or the guy who went into the abyss and got it lost or whatever. And so I do think that, like, giving them an easy answer, especially in a free-to-play game. So this person has committed nothing to the game, and offering them a $5 solution to at least keep going and maybe come back a little bit stronger than they were before, depending on how early this happens. I don't think that by itself is a big problem. I think Two is has joined us, or Two is MTV. Thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with Eve Online. Well, I think that there's a big difference between Candy Crush and Eve Online. The key here is that this isn't introducing anything that is new, right? The idea that somebody just buys Plex in order to refund their ship and, you know, get out there again, like, that's the whole point of Plex. So, like, acting like that's like the great heresy, I feel, is very, like,
Warp drive active.
that isn't where our outrage should be focused. I think that it's more important about how that advertisement needs to be more than just the Plex, because that doesn't fix the problem. That's my focus about it, right? Like, you want to give them an answer. Otherwise, then they're going to just interpret that as all they want me to do is just keep buying ships to lose them. And that isn't great. I need to fix this multi-stream post. There is a skin giveaway going on right now. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. Eve is a good game, but never underestimate CCP's ability to ruin it. I mean, I don't think an advertisement is going to ruin it. There's no new violation. The pop-up thing, like, I can see some people get that, but like that moment is so important. I don't actually mind the idea of a pop-up. I just wanted to send them to Academy. I get exactly why CCP put the advertisement at the moment of first death. I think that that's important. I also think that if CCP really wants that ad to work, I think that it'd be cool if CCP gave better feedback. So rather than just say, oh, it's too bad you lost your ship, they say, hey, you know, maybe detect some certain things. Like what can you tell the player about what put their ship in danger? Were they in low sec? Was it a player that killed them? Was it was their ship too valuable? Were they in a mission? Was it Rasnaborg or Triglavian? Was it, you know, in a wormhole? Like what can you tell them just based on what you know about their loss to help them learn the game and understand that their loss wasn't the game being unfair, but just the beginning of their journey. That's the point. You know, Valamir, you say that, but I've definitely had players that have been revenge oriented when it comes to NPCs, especially involving drifters, Triglavians, etc. Anasir is a good example. Anasir, speaking of which, I need to talk to you because I really need to. I've been working to build together a coalition of people because I want to run all 5 drifter hives at the same time. Revenge against NPCs count if you dedicate enough energy to it, I'd say. Hold on a second. I probably should keep an eye on D-Scan. There we go. Okay. Done. All right. Oof. No, it's no longer going to spam that stuff about multi-stream. Well, I mean, so what is the purpose of revenge, right? Like revenge is about something that has wronged you and punishing them for that. You know, conquering them, showing off how much more powerful you are than them now. And so in that end, like, is it any different between the player that manages to find a way to backstab somebody who backstabbed them, or somebody who gets blown up by Sancha and therefore, you know, dedicates their life to coming back later and just stomping the hell out of them once they get strength? You know, like it's still like to the person, like we create our own meaning, right? So if it's meaningful to that person to seek revenge on that, I mean, like there's so many video games that and there's so many stories that are perpetuated on this. Hell, look at Pokemon and the rival champions and all this kind of stuff. The idea of the rival. So we play into these things very easily, and so I'd say that there are probably a lot of players that have had early experiences with NPCs define how they behave or what they focused on as they moved up in the ranks, and could only be defined as vengeance. Still feels good to stomp them. I wonder, though, if this revenge mindset is healthy for a new player to learn and grow in the game. It can be pretty taxing mentally and can never happen. I mean, yeah. Vengeance is ultimately, maybe one of the lessons is going to be that vengeance isn't satisfying in the same sort of sense. But that's the whole point, is that Eve allows us to explore human stories, our own stories. I talked about the T3 changes. I have. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Evie was very pumped about it. I questioned whether or not they will be, like, if this is a compensation, given the fact that, or there will be compensation, and everybody seems to agree that T3 cruisers are in a pretty good place right now, and so don't need this, and so maybe there won't be any other changes. And I think that this is going to help make T3 cruisers more of an everyday use sort of ship, which may be pretty exciting.
Warp drive active.
Trying to take back Devon. Right now I'm trying to restabilize Hades a little bit. I'll be working on Devon in a little while. Yeah, so T3 cruisers are going to lose their skill loss upon death.
Warp drive
Oh,
active.
shoot. There's a stabber in there? Is that? No, there's a stabber on the outside.
Warp drive active.
Whale. Okay. He goes suspect, then I know. I think he just went suspect. Yep.
Warp drive active.
Right. That's interesting. So what Commander Cottonfluff just linked me is that according to CCP Swift, it looks like this does not go with an increase in how long it takes to train them. It will not come with a multiplier change, which I think is fair. I wonder whether or not they're going to get a larger rebalance of the overall power of T3 cruisers. I think that's T3 cruisers are a very kind of fiddly system. So even though they haven't been rebalanced too long ago, I think that they could definitely use some more work. And I will continue to say so until I get my whole tank drone Proteus. Let's go back to the medium. Maybe, hopefully chill out.
Warp drive
Actually, I should
active.
probably not go to the medium at 20. I should go to the medium at like 70.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I will say that it's going to be a sad day for anyone who loses a T3 cruiser in the next like week. I know even if I was going to, I've been thinking about undocking a T3 cruiser recently, and I will definitely not undock one until this change happens, and then I will definitely undock one after this change happens.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, they could increase the subsystem training now, given the fact that you don't need to train it multiple times. Oh man, this is just too much, man. Look at how many pirates are in here. Whatever, we're gonna take this fight. We're gonna take the fight, I guess. And then when they all pile in here, and I get killed, we'll reship and go to Devon. Oh, or it'll go away. That works too. All right, how much longer is in the giveaway? 17 minutes. Ugh, I don't want to wait so long. Actually, no. So that means when this Plex is over, or right about to get over, or when I get driven out, I'll be doing the giveaway. Moo Badger, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of EVE Online. Exclamation point plunder. Sorry, exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. Come on in, man. Oh God. Okay, well, there's an Enyo now, so that's not something I'm gonna fight. But well, yeah, we could do an Enyo. We could do an Enyo. I don't have any communication with this other guy though. The Enyo. Chances of an Enyo being by himself. It says, hold on. What? I'm looking into this Streamlabs thing. Are you sure? Hold on. Curious Mind. You're right. Hold on a second. Why is this not working now? Hold on. Enyo. Gosh darn it. Giveaway. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh. Oh. All right. I just reopened it. I just reopened it. I'm going to head out and go pull this thing. I apologize. I figured out what happened. For some reason, I guess my browser window stopped refreshing. So let's see if it worked. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. Did it work? If you already entered, you shouldn't have to re-enter, but go ahead and try it. Valamir, you don't have to re-enter. Commander Cotton Fluff, I already got you. Jita, I got you. Yep. Okay. It just added Jita, so we're good to go. Everybody, just one more time, exclamation point plunder. If you haven't already. Just in case. When I dock, I'll pull.
Drive active.
Is your scope syndication skin Megathron skin? Yeah, the new skins on the graphics update look really good too. The shiny looks awesome.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, we're going to close entries in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. XOXOX, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole, EVE Online. Closing the entries. We're going to pick a winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Total Chaos Inc. X up in chat for your chance to win, or for your win victory. Did he say he's going to lurk earlier? Uh-oh. Let's hope he's not lurking too far. There. Wait, no. Come on. Oh, there he is. Yeah, no, never mind. There he is. I see him. Awesome. Let me get that to you. And to everybody else, I'm going to post a 1-minute ad break if you're not a sub. All right. Now I do have some of these extra skins for in the event that I get like a hype train or something like that. I do a giveaway if that's triggered. But otherwise, I think we might do at least one other giveaway for the today. Let's see. Go ahead and complete that. And Total Chaos Inc. That's you, right? I just DM'd you in Twitch. I think it's you. Raisin. All right. There you go. Congratulations to you. Everybody else, let's go ahead and let's head over to Devon. See what's going on there.
Warp drive active.
I keep not preparing my heat damage. Whatever. It's not going to make a difference.
Warp drive active.
You don't want to be persecuted, Stream Sniper. Hey, man, if you come in on this Tristan in a Punisher, I will definitely not claim that you stream snipe me. I might accuse you of feeding me if you come in with a Punisher. Oh, man, I reckon our knife is over here still. What are you guys doing, man? What are you doing? Hi. So bizarre. Stream feeding. Yeah, exactly.
Warp drive active.
Getting this novice so that way that Enyo can't really mess with me. Making sure his bots are still running. Yeah, well. Weird. I mean, I've been looking for a Caldari state that cares, and obviously I've gotten it, so that's good. Very pleased with that. Would I warp into you? Probably. Well, maybe. Yeah, so basically there is a rule that Marine Division isn't allowed to plex in Fleet, and we aren't allowed to plex in Sujurento until, I guess, Marine Division is ready for it to come to that. So that's the current agreement. We're fighting over the territories otherwise. But my expectation is now that Fleet is basically next in line, that's when they're going to go for it. So I don't expect that, or I expect that to change somewhat soon. But we'll see. We're going to be pushing back the territory, and that also doesn't stop other Caldari from attacking into Fleet. It's just doesn't stop or just stops Marine Division, from my understanding. Yeah. Yep.
A module has run out of charges.
There he goes.
The capacitor is empty. To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Yeah, that's how he was able to still hit me even though I neutered him out. Didn't matter though, because he couldn't move. Yeah, it doesn't work if it kills range, unless it takes range. Is a bad place to be against this ship often, as you could see. That is a really nice, that is a pretty fun little fit though. GF. Your other Punisher? Oh no. No, it's more LP. It's the same victory points, which means it's the same progress, whether or not it's a large or a novice. And novices take less time and therefore cycle faster. So technically speaking, if one side takes every novice and one side takes every large, and otherwise they alternate, then the side that's taking novices will win. Jevin Burry, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of EVE Online. I need to get me some Dragoons and stuff in here too. I definitely need to focus on moving stuff in. I also want to make... today, if I do end up ending my stream sooner rather than later, what the rest of my day is going to be dedicated to is starting my Who is Zoria Triglav video. Because now that I finished my propaganda video, like that's all I want to do is my Who is Zoria Triglav video. So maybe in a little bit we'll make a decision about whether or not I should keep streaming today or work on that video for everybody. What is even going on? I got somebody doing Sisters of Epic Arc in a Tempest lead issue. I mean, people are allowed to make any mistake they want, I guess. Some people like believe that they have to like have something powerful in order to do things, but it's not like bigger isn't better. It's about having the right tool for the right job. Zoria Triglav is the detached executive troika for the sublimation of Pashalost flow. I think that CCP should work on giving you more breadcrumbs. Like, I think that the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc should be breadcrumbed into better. And I think that the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc should also recommend fits from the community fittings area. Yeah, it'd be cool if this also gave, like, this Sisters of Eve Bloodstained Stars, I don't think should be mixed in with the rest of the Epic Arcs. I think it deserves its own entry in the agency. And by the agency, I mean Aura, because Aura should be rebranded as the agency. I mean, agency should be rebranded as Aura. Yeah, I'll fight you again. I won't be able to overheat my AB and micro warp drive this time. Oh, wait, hold on. I may have to warp out if somebody shows up, like, right now. But I can also just repair in the fly, because I have nanite repair paste. Sutonia! Coming in with that raid. Hold up. Hold up.
And mortification.
Glorification of the fit, mortification of the unfit. Sutonia, you, sir, are glorified. Castor the Beaver, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of EVE Online. Congratulations, sir, on your victory. Back on the CSM. How does it feel? How was your stream? Today you are glorified. Nobody move, it's a raid! But yeah, I would love to see more interaction with Aura. Have Aura take over the agency as your main source of, like, information, communication of things to you. Would I rather have custard or rice pudding? Ooh, probably rice pudding. I kind of don't mind either. Yeah, I want Aura to be my AI companion. Exactly.
The power they would have, they would be
And I want her to laugh at me when I die. Marmalade, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of EVE Online. Tonia says, thanks, man. The hard work you did conducting all those interviews played a big role. Awesome. I appreciate that you feel that way. I was the second most mentioned candidate appearing on the ballot in any position this year, with 80% of my votes being initial round were unique ballots. Yeah, you did a really great job. One of the things I talked about during the main show earlier was the fact that you were the 9th place in the Imperium ballot, and 1,000 votes cascaded over to you from their 9th position because 4 through 8 had already fallen out, which showed not only the importance of getting that early support, because it allowed you to hang longer than all of them and get their votes instead, but it also showed just how much power the Imperium ballot had this year, with over 1,000 votes remaining once they'd already gotten their 3 candidates in. The EVE Aura project. Ooh, I am interested. That sounds good. But yeah, I did see my the impact of my interviews here and there in the way that the results came out. My biggest regret is that Arcia didn't make it on. But honestly, I feel like the biggest thing that we can learn from this is that we just need more. There needs to be more seats. It needs to be 12 to 14 candidates at least, or 12 to 14 CSM members, and maybe even go back to only half of them coming to the summits or whatever. I feel like that would be so much more useful, because even if we had 1 or 2 more slots, then the CSM would have been significantly more diverse. Because we would have had Arcia, and I can't remember who the 12th would have been. Oh boy, you've got a Tristan killing Punisher, huh? Whale. Let's see how this goes then. Arcia was 11. Oh, explain the low PCU. So there's 3 factors that are affecting the low PCU. One is the normal summer dip. You don't really see this. A lot of the things I've seen about this online compare this to last year. But last year had the pandemic and the lockdown at the same time, which countered the normal summer dip. So if you look at 2019, or really any other year in comparison to this year, you'll see that this dip corresponds with every year's, kind of summer, enter into the summer dip. The second thing is lockdown is being, places are opening up, which means just as last year, the summer dip was kind of, suppressed by the lockdown. Here, the end of the lockdown amplifies the drop down in summer dip, because more people are just like taking now is the time to go out who wouldn't necessarily before. And the third, and I think the one that is really important that a lot of people don't think about as much, is that the Cloaky AFK changes came out. So one of the things about PCU, peak concurrent users, that stat is awful. It doesn't tell you how many different people are coming on and off. It does, or whatever. So a character who's on all day is going to have a disproportionate effect on the PCU than somebody who logs in, flips his stuff for 20 minutes, and then logs out. And both of those are valid players. And even like the guy who logs in for 2 hours and runs the Abyss during that time and then logs out, right? Like that's still not going to like the guy who's in all day is more likely to be on when the PCU event occurs, if that makes sense. And therefore they'll amplify the PCU. So the more AFK playstyles that get taken out, especially literally AFK cloaking, which was almost completely axed because of this change, that will have a disproportionate effect on the PCU too. So I think that those are the three factors: summer dip, end of lockdown, and anti-AFK devices are what has led to the low PC that we're seeing right now. Name change. Yes, yes, yes. Do you think with more seats there would be still the same ratio of nullsec block candidates? Well, no, because so the nullsec votes only go so far, right? So the problem is that Arcia. Hold on. Oasis Hydra, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with EVE Online. If you think about it, like each person that the null blocks get in consumes more of their votes. So Setonia consumed most of the remaining of the Imperium ballot. There would be nowhere, like some of them might have cascaded to slot 10, but I mean, like, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Whereas, you know, the more slots there are, the more slots there are beyond the null block. So if you want to think about it this way, the null blocks have proven that they can secure 6 to 7 seats every year. And they will secure that regardless of how many seats are available. Therefore, if there are more seats available, then more people that had less votes than those block candidates, or the votes 1 through 10 that were supported by the null groups, but still more than the rest of the null block candidates that are like way off behind the scene, got eliminated way earlier. We would have more people that are not null block candidates in the CSM. The single, like, all the idea of like you must declare yourself as what kind of candidate you are and vote only for those kinds of districts or whatever, like that doesn't consider how EVE Online is actually played or how players actually are. And so I think that the only way that CCP could fix it is either by limiting the number of candidates that can run from a specific organization, and or increasing the number of seats on the CSM. Didn't know you streamed. Yeah, well, I spent some time more on TIS than streaming myself because I didn't have a lot of time for streaming. But now, like, things have shifted over and I've started my own show again. So now I'm streaming at least twice a day or twice a week. Normally it's Tuesday and Friday, but it's looking more and more that it's going to end up being Wednesday and Friday. No, because for the null blocks to fill more slots, they would have had to have voted more. And while they did vote a whole bunch of votes, by the end of it, all of their votes had been consumed, pretty much. So, if you keep playing it out and see 12th, 13th, and 14th, they would have gotten to people like Arcia and others. Because that giant null ticket had 6,000 votes. And it won't go any further unless they increase the number of votes that is in that ticket. Fight outside Plex? Well, why would you fight outside the Plex? I don't fight outside Plexes. I do have to go to the next system, though, because I don't have anything that can fight in here. Or I don't have anything that can do... I only have a Tristan, so I can't run smalls, pretty much. No, I'm going about my day, man. You want to come follow me to Naga and find... I'm going to try to find a novice.
Warp drive
There's only one novice that's up right now. I mean, I literally just warped past him.
Warp drive active.
Oh. Oh boy, this could be bad. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Oh, I think I made it. Why aren't you attacking?
The capacitor is empty. A module has run out of charges. The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
Well, that was exactly what I needed to not do.
A module has run out of charges.
God damn it. I can't believe I messed that up. Did I make it? Maybe I can. I'm going to go for it. Three, two, one.
A module
Go.
has run out of charges.
Go. Go. Damn it. Nope.
Warp drive active.
I can't believe I let that thing hit reload. I can't believe I let that thing get reload. Good fight, dude. Ah. I was like, I even thought to myself I should quickly try to right click and turn off auto reload just in case my cap ends at the exact time and I can't hit the cap charger. And should have done it, didn't, lost it. Oof. Auto cannons, yeah. So I could have probably pulled range a little bit, but I don't know. Oh, the fit for chat. Got it. Yeah, that's a good one. So the idea behind this is that you're going to be as anti or as cap independent as possible. Like I said, if I had done better at oh shoot. Oh, come on. They're really, hold on. Why does this not have planets? Oh, is this regional or something? What's even happening? Fine, whatever. I don't want a simple solution anyways.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, no, I could have warped off, and then I saw that I had 3 seconds left, and I was like, I think I can go for this. And I got greedy. Because why not? No, I really did consider leaving because I saw that I wasn't scrammed. So the general idea is to use the Ripper without pace when it runs out of charges. Yeah, you can just keep on running it. It's going to be it's not going to be nearly as cool as it was, but it'll just keep on cycling. So the way Ancils work is that
Warp drive
so
active.
shields and armor have strengths and weaknesses, right? The strengths about shields is that it's a big burst of hit points all at once suddenly. Like it's a big amount of hit points, but it costs a lot. So shield reps often you'll oversize your shield reps and make big pulses rather than being cap stable. Whereas armor is efficient but slow. It's supposed to cycle all the time and just constantly try to repair a little bit at a time. So to that end, the Ancils try to make up for this. So Ancil Shield uses cap boosters to make up for the normal cap consumption of shield boosts by making them not take up cap when you use them with cap boosters, because the cap boosters get consumed instead. And likewise, with the armor repper, it consumes nanite repair paste in order to augment the repair capabilities of your armor repper, which makes them rep more. But likewise, but in both cases, when the augmentation is ran out, then they're even worse than their original versions in that sense. So for ancillary shield boosters, it makes them more cap consumptive, which by default, which is bad given the fact that normally you're using an Ancil because you're, over tanking them or not considering their cap capabilities or, consumption. And then for armor reps, it makes it so that they're actually worse than T2 armor reps as far as how much rep is provided. But it's still something, and it doesn't take more cap. It just does less reps. So you just keep it running. And if I had been able to do that, then it would have just kept dumping in hit points during that time, and I wouldn't have had as much of a problem. Instead, I just didn't have a repper for a minute. And as you can see, it didn't get back in time. 90-second O's. Thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of Jeep Online. Yeah, what I needed to do was pick up, as soon as I knew that you were nuded out, I should have taken up like a 6K orbit. Yeah. But I was so busy being distracted by my repper that I didn't do that.
Docking permission requested.
I think that you'd waste more time killing my drones and you would have just died in that case. But maybe. Remember, the Tristan gets a bonus to drones hit points, and I have 3 drones additional above my 5 flight. Planet Head 72, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of Jeep Online. Plus, here's the thing though. As soon as you have successfully defanged me, you're already nuded out, you can't scram me, I'm off. Like if you make it so I can't kill you, then I just leave. Double web hook bill is devastating. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Let's try a Comet for a little bit. I tend to not really like Comets that much compared to Tristan's, but I need the DPS if I'm going to be Oplexing. Well, it depends on where you go. It could be either boring or exciting. Yep. This is what Aderon does, man. Billy, who is a Noob Eden on YouTube, he's also made a bunch of videos for Aderon, how to get involved, how to get stuff off contract, and all that sort of stuff. It's really great. How do you make bulkheads? I mean, same as everything else. Blueprint plus materials, smash it together, and there you go. Oh, I should have put on 2s. Very profitable business faction warfare. It's pretty good, man. Well, we do it this way because otherwise there's not really a top-down income for an alliance in faction warfare. So rather than just providing ships for people in faction warfare, we have to just provide you the ships on contract for you to purchase, because your problem is getting things into position, and our problem is we can't just give you stuff. So we bring it in and then people purchase it. What do you think about the weeks of the lack of factions attacking each other after the weeks of action? I mean, I think a lot of things have been going on. I don't know. There is some subtle hints that the Amar celebration may not go as smoothly as the rest of them do. But I know CCP is really focused on like the different empires' holidays right now. I need a CPU. Perfect. Can I have one CPU, please? I will have a CPU. And I repair paste. All right. Things calm down a lot in Galante Caldari. I don't know about that. We'll see. No problem, plan ahead. Gypsy implant. Actually, I think I already have a 1% in. Yep, I already have a 1% in too. So that's worth keeping in mind with this fit. Oh God, hold on. I just realized something. This is one of them micro warp drive comets, and I think I just want an afterburner comet.
Docking request accepted.
That might help the CPU too.
Permission requested.
Maybe. Could be. Yay! Actually, I don't think I want a new. I want a NOS. I don't have a NOS. I'm going to go with a new. All right, now I have plenty of CPU. So nope, I guess I don't have plenty of CPU. Fine. We are going. Check contracts. Ha. No, I'm not giving up a fitting slot for that.
Warp drive active.
$300 DPS. That's what I'm talking about. Whoop whoop. That's the sound of the space police.
Warp drive active.
Oh. Hey, I'm back. I have no idea why that happened.
You cannot warp there because natural phenomena are disrupting the ship.
Oopsie.
Warp drive active.
I did. Sorry, I'm sorry. It crashed. Right when I was doing that. So this thing has 300 DPS with hail and rage. And I was asking you why armor instead of hull, but then I realized it's a MAR, so I figured that that could work. Although honestly, instead of an ENAM, I'd consider a reactive. I'm not a goon, by the way. Never have been. In fact, the only side of that war that I've ever actually been on was I was in part of TESS during World War B. The first one. Pray Havoc, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of Jeep Online. Oh, boo. There, he's gonna get me? No? Okay, cool. Yeah, Empyrean with an E. It means an angel. Empyrean is the highest heaven, just like the Malabulge is the lowest hell. And in the book Empyrean Age, which is one of the books in the Eve stories, you can get it in the links below, the Mimitar ambassador, Chiton Jung, speaks to Concord and says that truly the Empyreans are truly the Capsuleers are the Empyreans of our age, the spirits that will lead us to the next, or something to those effects. So yeah, I like, and Ashtarothi, particularly the character, like the idea of Empyreans as angels, as a representation of what we are as Capsuleers, and so I stick with that. It also, like, I feel like Capsuleer is what we do. It's our job, but it's not who we are. We are Empyreans. We are ghosts in the machine. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's what we got our Pegasus fit. Which this does 300 DPS too. That is a good team. How's it going? No meaning? Convocation of Empyreans. That's exactly right. Yeah, occasionally people think that I'm part of the Imperium. But no. Also, recently I've had people accusing me of being pro-Imperium, but that's more because it's been like a month since Impapi have made forward progress, and I'm starting to become concerned. Not looking great. Yeah, I needed to go. I want to do a review of different kind of setups for Plexus and stuff. It's a shame that you got to be on the other team. I do have pro-Imperium people that come on the show quite often, but I also have pro-Pappy people and pro-everybody else. My audience tends to be not related to null blocks so much. Venti, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of EVE Online. I like to think that people watch my show, like, people that are part of null blocks get their news through their own channels. People watch my show because they don't have those channels of information. Therefore, I feel like my audience is more, or my show is more catered towards non-null block interests, because the null blocks will put out their information. Yeah, the EVE Imperium is the largest null group in EVE. They're at their core, they come from a group called Goonswarm Federation, and that really is the big problem with the Imperium, which is that the Imperium itself is a pretty modern, like, EVE Online alliance that is trying to be a modern space empire, right? Like a player empire. And so to that end, they are very accommodating. They have a lot. They have different SIGs that are interested in different aspects of the game, and are really interested in like getting the most out of everything they possibly can. And they have a huge like internal culture and community and all that sort of stuff. The problem is that the core of Goonswarm, or of the Imperium, is Goonswarm, which used to also be part of another, or the coalition itself used to be named the Clusterfuck Coalition. Goonswarm had a slogan back in the day of, we're not here to ruin the game, we're here to ruin your game. And generally we're known for being some of the worst trolly behavior possible. And so they kind of, and they've always reveled in this kind of villain persona within the game. And so in 2015, 2016, kind of the script got flipped when the powers that be kind of banded together to take on the Imperium together, and they managed to dislodge the Imperium out of their main headquarters and make them retreat into the much more defensive center of Delve. They got knocked out of Decline and into Delve. There they fortified and built up until last year, when the Test Alliance tried to kind of unify everybody again to go and take on the Goons, this time for good. So there's a bunch of people that know how Goons used to be, and so like kind of hold that against them. And I'm not saying that they're not that way in some ways now, but the problem is that the modern Imperium doesn't really look like the old school Goons. So the people attacking the Imperium often come across to the people inside of the Imperium as being just haters, or, you know, whatever, just killing them, you know, being mean to the good guys, as it were. And so this has allowed them to further solidify their culture, and allowed them to, now they've been under siege for about a month. All of their other holdings have been destroyed. Everything, their massive empire has been laid to ruin, and they've been pushed back to their one remaining constellation. But there they have held. And so far, Pappy has made no further progress and has not really done very much otherwise. It'll be interesting to see where this goes, because I don't see the Imperium's morale breaking anytime soon. Lord Kalakawai. Glorification of the fit, mortification of the unfit. Lord Kalakawai, you, sir, are glorified. I'm not sure what happened to you, man. I thought you disappeared. I'd be happy to have you come and do faction warfare with us. Please go follow Lord Kalakawai. He's a great streamer. New guy coming in. Lives in Germany, but he's a native Hawaiian, so he's a super cool dude. Aloha, oi. So yeah, and that's kind of the state of the war right now, and it's hard to say where it's going to go, because you know, if the siege breaks, then great. If it doesn't, then what's going to happen? Sticks613 with a 10-bit with a party for Ash. Thank you so much for that, Sticks. Lord Cal, were you going to be hopping back on and doing this stuff, or like right when we were getting ready to get started, you disappeared? Was there a technical problem? I'm missing. That was almost completely with drones. There we go. Now I'm trying to hit with my guns. Although now I might as well be, yeah, I might as well not even use this. I might as well just use Void. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But whatever. Eve continues to be interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, like they once they decide that they don't want to be here anymore, or yeah, what happens next is going to be, there's a lot. I'm not really that knowledgeable in the way that nullsec goes, so I just recommend watching, you know, INN Talking Stations and Frosty Eve, I think is her name. They've been doing really good coverage of this stuff as it plays out. It's also worth watching the secondary players, because those guys are gobbling up territory and, you know, making moves of their own. So I'm actually pretty happy that, like, this war is winding down, and maybe those players will get out of the way. Like, not those, like, individual players, but as in those entities will step out of the limelight maybe for a little bit and have other groups do stuff. As part of the game that you're not knowledgeable about? Well, I mean, like, the problem with null politics is that, like, it's always spin. There's at least some sort of spin. I like facts. right? I like details. I like things that I can say. I can tell you what like Pappy's trying to do, and I can tell you what has and hasn't worked. And I can tell you what Imperium is trying to do. And I can tell you where their strength comes from. But like knowing what they're going to do next, or knowing whether or not something was good or bad, like everybody's going to have their own spin, and you just have to watch it in the long run and make some evaluations from it that way, I find, as an outside observer. So no matter what I say, there's going to be somebody who's like, no, you're wrong. So like, I try to be pretty, I leave that for those guys. Yeah, exactly. The best thing to do, the best thing that I can do is listen to them tell me what they're trying to do, and then remember that. The biggest thing is that like human beings communally have very, very short memory. So very often, like, you know, when goalposts get moved, or, you know, whatever, like what they said at the beginning versus what they said now. You know, these things get brought up every once in a while in propaganda and stuff, but like these are the clues that let you figure out what maybe was actually going on, you know? The origins of the Garistas pirates and why their logo is a skull with bunny ears. Well, yeah. Hold on 1 second, and I will get into the Plex, and I will go get my Eve source book and answer that question for you. Did I leave the drones behind? That's not something I do very often. Wow. Good thing novices don't close right away, huh? No, not Rip Jones. We're gonna save him. Get distracted by lore. It's a different ship. You know what's funny? My number one failing with this ship is that I never considered a drone ship. I either don't launch my drones for a fight, or I don't pull them in at the end. I don't know why. Waffle Radio, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with Eve Online. 07. Gotta run. That's fine. Thank you for the drones catch. What's a good fight for the Comet? Anything that it can catch. So that's actually one of the reasons why it has the scram on it. But like anything that it had a micro warp drive on it, is because it wants to catch things that want to keep it disruptor range. But so like Kestrels or whatever. Beyond that, it just punches really. To fight a Comet, double web hookbill. The double web hookbill is such a hard counter for the Comet. It's the reason why the Rail Comet is even in the meta at all. Clendathug 07. Pretty sure there's a smarter way to say your name than that, but I didn't get it. Lendathu Peacekeeper. Yeah. That's right. That's right. See? I knew there was something there. How's it going, man? I knew there was a name I knew. You think Phantomite is angry? Wait, why would Phantomite be angry? I've done a few hypernets. Hold on, let's see. I've done 10. I've done 10 hybrid nets, and I've won 1. What? All right. Oh, why? So there's a link. So there's a forum post on Reddit called "Why Have You Quit? Let's find out and deliver the results to CCP." Hello, I'm Phantomite. I'm an outgoing CSM member. I lost my re-election bid a couple of days ago. I recently had 3 friends in one day quit the game from disillusionment. Wait. Oh, I thought. Did Phantomite not win? For some reason, I thought Phantomite won. My bad. When during incredulous discussion with some CCP staff about the advert that attempts to teach new players that buying ISK is how the game works, I mentioned my 3-in-1-day friend's loss and was asked if I wanted to provide their names so that they may be reached out for a simple invitation to continue playing. They missed the point entirely. It was tone deaf and offensive. It was not just me and not just low-sec players. It's all across the entire cluster. We've lost friends to the state of the game. Please, if you've stopped playing the game, fill out my survey. I think that this is good, man. Like, I would have liked to see this be done by CSM members who are as the CSM. I think that understanding, exit polling players that left the game, especially after the fact, preferably long after the fact, would be potentially pretty good. I do think that going to the EVE subreddit asking for salty feedback is a bit of an like going to the echo chamber for an echo. But overall, like, I mean, I think that there are things that do need to be seen. And like I said earlier with that advert, I think that the advert is a good idea, but it shouldn't be advertising the purchasing of Plex first. It should be selling the purchasing, or it should be selling the going to the academy, learning things, getting more people and friends and knowledge, and then as part of that, have a kit that you can buy that gets you started. The $5, $10, $15 pack, and maybe even a promo code that only lasts for a short period of time after you die for the first time or something as a way of making that work or whatever. But either way, highlighting the academy, the real solution to the problem. Like, you've caught the person right at that key moment where right now is when they're going to quit or not. Right now is it. Everything so far in the tutorial and the new player experience has led up to this moment. And all you did was ask for $5.99 or $4.99. That's what I think is the real loss there. Not whether or not it's a good idea, not whether or not it'll turn off somebody. I think that to the microtransaction point of view, to somebody who hasn't committed to the game at all yet, this is their first commitment. A $5 get in and see what that'll get you might be a good idea. But again, I think that even if that was the case, the advert is very poorly communicated. Euristus. I can't just break the destroyer this way, so hold on a second. And then we'll do Euristus. You're back. All right, links for these books and the rest of them are in the links down below. You can use my affiliate link to get these books on Amazon, and of course the audiobooks on Audible for free. The audio book is. Either way, so we have the Eve Source, which was written in, I think, 2015, and kind of denotes the official canon as of then. So, Euristus. In less than a decade, thanks largely to a series of high-risk risky high-profile raids, the Guristas established themselves as a major player in the underworld of New Eden. Founded in YC 94 by 2 deserters from the Caldari Navy, Juri Fatal Lantine and Karako the Rabbit Koasami, the Guristas organization quickly gained a reputation as a haven for those exiled from the Caldari state. It was not until YC 101, however, that the pair cemented their legendary status they hold today by kidnapping and ransoming the then ambassador of the Gallente Federation to the Caldari state, a man by the name of Leeson Rilu. The pair hatched a plan to kidnap Rilu from the famous Grand Tijon casino in the system of Velaine by taking advantage of his biggest vice, gambling. So if you look at the rattlesnake, that rattlesnake skin commemorates this, the King's Ransom. You've got come on. Yeah. There's his Darlin and Lucian. So this skin and the king, the crown with the diamond on it symbol is to symbolize this first very successful raid by the Guristas that really like cemented their place. The reason why their image is a rabbit with a skull is because of their 2 founders, Fatal and the Rabbit. Fatal is much more serious. Rabbit is much more of a prankster, as it were. Wow. The 2 young pirates docked in disguise before Fatal proceeded to deliberately lose a high-stakes game to the ambassador, wagering his ship, a Caracal-class cruiser, as payment. Meanwhile, Rabbit had rigged the vessel's forward boarding ramp with a canister of nitrous oxide. During inspections of those winnings, the Rabbit sealed the area and filled it with powerful sleeping gas, incapacitating both Rilu and the entire production detail. It was only when another vessel elected to use the same docking collar an hour later that happened upon the boarding ramp filled with an unconscious bodyguards that the alarm was raised. By this time, the duo were long gone with their captive, leading to a manhunt that created immediate sensation in the Gallente Federation. With the operation a surrounding success, the Federation's inability to apprehend Fatal and the Rabbit led to an enormous ransom being paid by the Guristas in uncut diamonds by the ambassador's father.
The power they would have, they would be immortal.
Here we go. Well, that's unfortunate. Is he warping? Yes. Odd. I mean, like, if that wasn't how he wanted that fight to go, then I don't know what he was wanting, because he definitely got away from me. That was bizarre. What am I reading from? I'm reading from Eve's source. Savo Darkran, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of Eve Online. Yeah, so going a little bit more. Uncut diamonds by the ambassador's father, Dorun Diamond King Rilu, for his safe return. So yeah, so it's named after him and his son. Ever since the Guristas have maintained a reputation, hold on, I gotta make sure I don't die. Ever since the Guristas have maintained a reputation as one of the most ubiquitous pirate organizations in the cluster, their numbers swelling rapidly in size. Soon after the successful ransom of Ambassador Rilu, the organization relocated from the Caldari State's borderlands to a region in Venal, where they stage operations from their heavily fortified strongholds. Despite the distance from their headquarters from the Caldari border, the Guristas have deeply rooted history within several Caldari megacorporations, and thus keep a close eye on affairs within the state throughout their network of shell corporations and aliases. They are rumored to have their fingers deep within the dealings of many of the Caldari's biggest corporate entities. The most notorious of this being their ties between the oft-rumored but never proven connection between the Ishikone Corporation, which was led for a decade under the former Guristas Ortro Goriushi, whose father Villamo has been a long-serving member of the Guristas. And then Helmet, Lukash Helmet, a former combat pilot for the Dominations. Lucius Helmet came into the Guristas in early YC-107 after a long and violent career as a combat scout for the Angel Cartel. Born on Doral 2 in YC-74, Helmet proved himself among the raiding squads of the Archangels from a young age before being promoted to the Dominations after half a decade of successful raids for the Republic for the cartel. Several months after joining the Guristas, he gained notoriety when he destroyed the Marshall-class Concorde battleship in November YC-107. After celebrating his 40th birthday last year, Helmet shows no sign of calming his outrageous antics, which almost always puts him at odds with Vepis Minimala in competition to be in the limelight. The main rival for Minimala in the competition for the title of the most skilled pilot in the Guristas Pirates. He can often be found prowling the borders of Venal, looking for a target for which to test his mettle. There you go. And the Guristas most recently have been involved in really trying to undermine and screw over the PKN faction of the Caldari state, which is Lidai, NOH, and COH? Hold on. How did I just suddenly like brain fart that so bad? CBD, Lidai, and Nogahuvi. That's what I meant to say. CBD. There you go. So the Guristas are really trying to like screw over these guys a lot in the lore, and may even be working with Angel Cartel to kind of create a unified pirate coalition. That's funny. He says, just trying to see if you were awake. I was like, yeah, okay. So, I'm going to do a poll. Should I keep streaming tonight? Or should I go work on the Who is Zoria Triglav video? Let me... Can I make a poll? Add. Manage poll. Create a new poll. Keep streaming. Yes. No. Go make the darn video. You can vote with both loyalty points and bits if you want to. Duration of 1 minute. Start the poll. Go, 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 go. Vote, 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 vote. I will follow the will. The will of the people. Oh, hold on. All right, I will change my name. There you go. Poll. Nope, go make the darn video. Awesome. Sounds good, guys. We'll do a 4-minute we'll do this 4-minute thing, and then I will set up and go. We'll raid over, and I will work on the darn video. You missed the show. I know. I started early today. I swear to God, I want to lock in these things a lot better. It's my fault, not yours. They do all end up on YouTube within 24 hours. And you can always watch the VOD. So, but the good news is that today, like I tried to put the official video, episode in the front. So as soon as the stream is over, you can watch the VOD, watch the first half an hour or hour and a half rather, and get the show if you need to. Yeah. Otherwise, watching it on YouTube, of course, helps all the metrics and everything. Let's see here. We got 82 viewers. I think that we should do a giveaway for one more scope skin before we leave. So let's go ahead and try that out. We're not going to do it for 30 minutes. We're going to do it for like 5. But let's go ahead and open it up. I plunder, in this case, Faction Warfare. You plunder my skin collection! ! Plunder for your chance to win a Scope Syndication Megathron skin. We will give away an extra skin today. Just to say thanks and sorry for the stream not being on the right day or at the right time or anything like that. I appreciate everybody hanging in there with me. I will also likely be streaming at least some tomorrow, but I have no idea how tomorrow's going to work out. And then, of course, I will be back on Friday for the Friday show. In the meantime, ! Plunder for your chance to win. A good show. I'm glad that everybody got to hang out, and I'm glad that I think we got to cover the stuff. I think that I know that since coming off of the CSM interviews, I need to get back into polishing up, especially the YouTube stuff, putting in the splash screens and putting everything up correctly, getting the episodes out at the right time. It's just been like I've been having to think about, or trying to think about, how I want to do it all, and all of this Faction Warfare stuff, guys. I want to play that video one more time. So let me set that up and I'll do that. And then we'll pull the thing. You guys want to see my propaganda video again? Guess I don't have to. All right. All right, I will play the video one more time. Here we go. Nope, that isn't. Gosh darn it. Nope. There we go. Ugh. Whatever. Gonna be good enough. Where freedom, law, and justice is denied, war is inevitable. Nearly a millennium and a half ago, the Gorun Empire collapsed, bringing chaos to the planet of Gallente Prime. However, from this struggle came the birth of freedom to the New Eden cluster. It was this precious seed of freedom that first made contact with their younger sisters on their neighboring planet of Caldari. The planet of Caldari Prime was cold, and only recently habitable thanks to the completion of an ancient terraforming project. But with the aid of the Gallente people, they were able to survive and thrive, and together they took to the stars, and together they built the first Stargate from their mutual cradle of Luminaire. Soon after came contact with the Intaki and the Manar, and so many others. So many lost and wayward children barely surviving on their own. But together, freedom grew. But the Caldari refused to contribute to the shared burden that freedom brings to those who wish to maintain it. The gall of the corporate overlords have driven their people to deception, rebellion, and terrorism. Where freedom, law, and justice is denied, war is inevitable. On February 21st, YC-111, Marcel Devereaux, AI genius and cluster-renowned engineer of Capsuleer Tools, was born for the second time. His dream of a robotics and technology manufacturing powerhouse was soon realized in Aderon Robotics, named after his home constellation. But peace was not for Aderon Robotics, not so long as freedom is in peril. Marcel was a fierce loyalist to the Gallente people, and in YC-114, when the Militia War Powers Act of YC-110 was restructured, the once industrial powerhouse of Aderon Robotics transformed itself into the defenders of the innocent and killers of those who would persecute them. When the Northern Militia deemed Hades too hard to hold, Ader held. When the Caldari Uprising of YC-118 caused the majority of the Gallente powers to give up their territory, Ader refused to give up the South, and from their base in Fliet, the South held. Inspired by Aderon's stalwart defense, Mecha Enterprises' fleet joined up and Federation Uprising was born. From Intaki to Valor, the South was free, thanks to FedUp and Aderon Robotics. Only after Ader was asked by FedUp to leave the war zone was the Caldari allowed to take Fliet, if only for a moment. Enraged by this, Aderon left FedUp and rejoined the war zone, retook Fliet, and again it stands as a bastion of freedom in an otherwise conflicted war zone. Now the Gallente militia is in shambles. Valor Accords, previously seen as the last bastion of Gallente support in the war zone, has moved to Mimitar militia, abandoning the Caldari and Gallente war zone. The fighting is hard. Organized pirate lords roam the area, and new threats rise within the state. And now an army of Amarian drones have descended upon our territories, threatening everywhere not being actively patrolled, and bringing the threat to our very doorsteps. But we will hold. Aderon Robotics needs you. The Federation needs you. Freedom and democracy itself needs you to join us in continuing our journey. When they said it couldn't be done, we did. When they said it wasn't worth it, we proved them wrong. Defend freedom. Defend democracy. Join the growing legacy of Aderon Robotics. Woo-wee. All right. So yeah, that's my entry for the Gallente propaganda contest. Let's hope it does well. And yeah, absolutely, it's 100% true. If you're interested in joining Aderon Robotics, please come check us out. We could use all the help that we could get and teach you how to fight and make money out in the war zone. That was all real story, by the way. That is the real story of Aderon Robotics. Marcel Devereaux, the real Marcel Devereaux, the player, works for Google on the Android project. So he had actually created, or he started playing Eve because he heard about the API. so made the Aura app for Eve, and made Adoran Robotics to be his like in-game, in-universe representation of like his stuff, and then it exploded from there. And so that's why I put that history in there to kind of reflect that. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the raffle. This is your last chance. All you have to do is put exclamation point plunder before I figure out how to close the raffle for your chance to win. And looks like I found the button. We are going to pick a winner in... Oh. Mace, cool. Thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with Steve Online. We're going to pick a winner in 3, 2, 1. Santiago 277. You have won a Scope Syndication skin. X up in chat in the next few seconds to confirm that you got it. You must be here to win. I'd be really surprised if you weren't, though, since it was a short. Congratulations, dude. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, is he AFK? He might be. We're going to give him a few more seconds. We want to give him every opportunity. These things are really awesome. And of course, it's always the case that they come back afterwards and they're like, oh. Oh, I didn't get the lost your ship pop-up. Let me... Wait. No, I did die. Matt killed me and I didn't get the pop-up. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, I didn't get a pop-up at all. One last chance. Santiago. Yeah, and in that case, like I said, I honestly believe that it could use some polish. Would be better if it focused more on what they can learn from the situation than just selling them Plex for $5. And there's a lot of problems in the way that putting actual items in bullet points along with like the concepts of things. Like get your revenge and 100 Plex makes it feel like getting your revenge is something that you can actually get with just buying it. Either way, I think that we're just going to have to get another winner. So we're going to pick another winner in 5. Wait, hold on. What happens if I... Nope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Valimir, my friend. You've been here a while. You don't win that often. But it looks like you won today. Congratulations, my friend. Good for you. Let's go ahead and figure out who to raid. I have been Astrothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2013, since 2012. I'm here to put Eve into context for you, my fellow Empyreans. Thank you for watching this show. Thank you for watching the after show and participating. I got all of the follows, sticks for your cheers. Sutonia and Lord Kalakawai for your raids. There's at least one other raid, too, that I probably missed. Contempo Enterprises for your sub. Styler, everybody helping out. Thank you so much. Wave TV, you're the man, too. Check out Wave TV and check him out. This is what I do, man. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and giving me your support. Check out my YouTube. Subscribe and follow it and watch episodes that you may have missed. You know, you can always subscribe, get all those emotes. You can follow, you can tip to my PayPal, and you can also become a patron on Patreon and get listed in all my YouTube videos. You guys are the reason why I'm able to do all of this. Hey, Wave TV gifting a sub to Crikey George. Thank you so much for that. Wave TV gifted subs are the cornerstone of our community. Wave TV, you are a strong member of our community, and I'm so happy to have you be here with us. And Crikey George, congratulations. You get all of the corporations involved in the current precursor crisis: SOE, SOCT, Thucker, Concord, many others. including the Convocation of Empyreans, Edencom, the Triglavian Collective, and all 3 Triglavian clades. How do we celebrate around here? By showing us your clades! Woo! That's a good way to end a stream, my friend. That's a good way to end a stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was trying to get low energy there. You helped fix it. You helped fix it. No, Valamir, I will just text you a code in just a few seconds. Valamir, you're not subbed? What's going on, man? Is that true? I'm going to figure out how to fix that. All right. So let's go ahead and find who to raid. Oh, Talking Station's going live. We were just talking about the war stuff. So let's go ahead and raid over to there. What are they talking about now?
You know, if you...
Oh, MER stuff, which is stuff that we didn't even begin to cover. Awesome. Excellent. We're going to raid over there. Until next time, I've been Ashrathi, and I'll see you in space. Gonna work? Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, God. Nope. I don't have my credit scene over here. Oh, well. I'll just have to do it. Wrecking Machine again. Have a good one. 07.
Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city